Hi guys, I'm in Stirling city centre at the moment. Now what I thought I'd do is just take a quick walk through the streets of city centre on a Sunday evening. Now I haven't got a clue about Stirling, I've not been before, but this is the Stirling Sheriff Court that we look at. But what we'll do, we'll take a wander through the streets, see what we can find, and let's take a look at Stirling Centre. Now the name of this street, I'm not sure what it is. I know if I just pan the camera around to the right, you'll see a church there, and that stands just on Irving Place. So if anybody's familiar with Stirling, then they'll probably know where I am. And then you've got Princes Street just up ahead with the Curly Q Bar. The Curly Q Bar just on the right there. Now you can see all these sort of tenement buildings here. That's quite typical of some of these Scottish towns. But one thing I've noticed, again, lots of empty shops. Just take a look at that one there. Another one to let coming up here. So again, you can see here we've got a tanning studio, and then a beauty parlour next to that. And this must be like the central part now we're coming into. So I'm going to turn right up Friar Street. I can see a street here called Friar Street. We'll turn right up there in a minute. It's Friar Street. Now it's all pedestrianised, but again, lots of empty shops here. That one's got a smash window there, and you've got the Indian restaurant on the left there. That's called Rishi's. Now for those people that like vinyl records and things like that, there's a vinyl shop here on the left called Europa Music. There we go. That still looks open. Then you've got a tailor's here, House of Henderson. Now we're getting more into the opulent area, I would think. Look at that, folks. A nice gents outfitters there, and that's still got all the original, look like the Victorian frontage there. Now I'm just panning around to the right there. We've got a restaurant there and a pub on the end called Number 2 Baker Street. Now I came past this earlier and they were playing some blues music, live blues music in there. There we go, Number 2 Baker Street. So right across the road from where we're standing now, we've got Wetherspoons, the crossed peels. Really good. The crossed peels, Wetherspoons. We'll take a look up here. You've got the Brewdog, monkey tattoo. That looks fairly lively in there. Don't forget it's Sunday night, folks, so it's going to be a bit quieter. So I'm walking up Baker Street. No sign of Sherlock Holmes, or is that the wrong city? Yeah. So we've got the Thai restaurant on the left there, and then we've got Mint, which is cafe patisserie of sweets. It's interesting. There we go, Mint. Restaurant Italia Nostra. So that speaks for itself, doesn't it, that one? And then you've got Nicky Tam's Bar and Bothy. Now I reckon that's a fairly rustic place. But I'm just going to spin the camera around, because if you look up, the architecture's quite good, and it reminds me a little bit of a cross between Glasgow and Edinburgh. Okay folks, well I'm still in Baker Street. Now we're heading up towards the old town of Stirling. Now if you look to the left there, you can see some rather grand buildings. That's the Highland Hotel, I think. That one there, Stirling Highland Hotel. And it looks as though it was a school originally. And there's a sign on the front there which says it dates back to 1888, that one. 1888. But you can see now how the architecture is changing as we walk up towards the old town here in Stirling. Now we're just entering Broad Street now, but just look at the cannons there in front of that little shop, and you'll notice as well all the cobble streets here. So if you hear strange noises when a car passes me, it's because the cars are riding on the cobbles. There we go, an example of that. But the cannons there, not sure when they date back to, but we're certainly in the vicinity of the castle now, and we'll just take a closer look at that. Might tell us a little bit about it on this plaque. There we go. So we've got an interesting shop there. Look, the Scotland Stirling bagpipes. Typically Scottish shop, that, isn't it? Now as we keep walking up Broad Street, you've got on the left here that building there with the steeple, the clock tower. That's the old toll booth, and I think it's a music venue now. Not 100% sure, but I think it's a music venue now. The old toll booth. And it's very quiet, but if you look up ahead there now, you can start to see all this Gothic architecture. Pretty incredible, isn't it? What a difference between this and the new town. So we're still making our way up Broad Street. If we keep walking along this road, it will eventually take us to Stirling Castle. And we've got an artist in front of us. He's actually painting or sketching that building there. Can't blame him. Now this building's quite interesting. This is a Church of Scotland. This is the Church of the Holy Rood. Church of the Holy Rood. And I think this is where, I think it's James VI who was crowned here back in 1567, but I'll put a note on the screen there in case I've got that wrong. But you can see again the architecture we keep going on about it. Just ahead of us in the centre of the shop there we've got the Old Town Jail. Now they do tours around that, and do ghost tours as well, I think. There we go. The Church of the Holy Rood. Oh, it was King James the 6th, 1567, so I was correct. He got crowned there. This is absolutely fantastic, and if you keep walking round, you do eventually come to the graveyard as well. And I believe just on the left here, as we walk up, it's the oldest bowling green in Scotland, somebody told me. And then ahead of us, that beigey coloured building, yellowy coloured building, that's the hospital, Cowains Hospital, I think that's called. So this is no, wrong one. The bowling green's just a little bit further up. Another couple of cannons there, look. There's the bowling green. The oldest bowling green in Scotland. The Church of the Holy Rood. Closed at the moment, folks. But you can see now we've got the graveyard. But look at these lamps. Look at these street lamps. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. Just take a look at that, folks. 1639 this hospital dates back to. And we'll just make our way up these steps, take a quick look. I'm not going to go all the way around the graveyard, but be interesting to see. There we go. Some of these date back. We can't even make the dates out on these. (1826), this one here. William McLean or something, McClue. And then just in the distance, right in the centre of the shot now, folks, Stirling Castle. This one dates back to 1827, and there's some rather grand ones as well. Absolutely fantastic. There we go, the Church of the Holy Rood here in Stirling. So we'll continue to walk down here now. You've got the Old Boys Club, look at that. Keep smiling, he says on there, play the game. Look at the architecture in that. Then we'll just continue walking down here. This is the Old Town Jail that we're coming to now, folks. So we're going to take a look at that. And then obviously on the left, you've got the old toll booth from this angle. Now that is a music venue now, so it would have been the old toll booth, and you can see the clock there, the steeple. So we'll just head off in here. Oh, and it is open. You can go on ghost walks as well. The Old Town Jail. Now this is very close to the castle. The good thing about Stirling is you've got lots of things all close together. So you can walk quite easily from one to the next. Right, we're going to take a walk up here. See what's going on. Right, this is about as close as I'm going to it today, folks, but this is the old jail, town jail. You can see that there. Quite an imposing building that, isn't it? Now they do tours here, if you want to come across and visit it. That's entirely up to you, but that's the Old Town Jail, folks, here in Stirling. Yeah, so we leave the Old Town Jail behind us now, folks, and we continue to walk down here, and you can see the Stirling Highland Hotel just here on the right hand side. I mean, and then on the left there, just look at the brickwork, you know, and the architecture of these buildings. Now these must date back hundreds of years. Very, very old. And this is an incredible building as well, isn't it, this Highland Hotel? What a wonderful place that. Stirling Highland Hotel. So we'll just head back down towards the newer parts of the town and we'll pick up where we left off. Yeah, so I'm continuing to walk the other way now, down Baker Street, and we are coming to the main area. Now this is looking quite good, isn't it? This, you've got the cobbled streets here. If you look at that, you'll see that the original cobbled streets. And we'll just take a pan up towards this clock tower here. That's a grand building, that one. And then you've got the old Clydesdale Bank building just there. Look at that. That's like a burger bar type place now. So this is looking a bit more like it. You've got the Wee Wolf Bistro there. Again, another live band playing in there. It's very, very quiet. On the left here we've got an arcade, but I'm not sure it's open. If it is, we'll take a quick walk through. Is the arcade open? Let's take a look. So you've got a restaurant there, the Maharaja, and quite a few other little shops. But we'll take a walk through this place. This looks interesting. So this is like a Victorian arcade, isn't it? Let's see how many shops are still open in this place. So just as we walk through, so we've got the Regenesis Clinic. We've got some form of toy stroke gift shop there on the left. But I'm looking down, we've got a bridal shop, bridal boutique. And I'm just looking again at the ceiling there, and the lamps, very typical of a Victorian arcade, this. And then you've got the baby wear shop. There we go. Not a shop you see very often now, is it that? Lovely, lovely Victorian arcade. And then you've got a seated area here. Isn't that nice, folks? Look at that. That really is good. Let's keep moving round. Another bridal shop, unless this is the same one. And then you've got Mimi's just right ahead of us, which looks like a cafe of some kind. There we go, Mimi's. And now I'm seeing that quite a few of these are empty now. This one's all sort of shuttered up. These are advertising for people to come in, and then we've got one new unit coming soon, so somebody's took the lease on that one. That's quite good. So there we go, we're just coming to the end of it now. And the last shop as we go out, there we go. Whiskies, gins and spirits. Now just ahead of us there you can see the train station, folks. That brings us right out to this area. And then we've got a church building here on the left. Stirling Baptist Church. There we go, I'll just pan up to that one. And I think we've sort of done a big loop there. Okay, so we're in Port Street now, folks. This is the main sort of shopping area of Stirling. So you've got your normal shops here, like your Mountain Warehouse, Greggs. There's even a Marks and Spencer's. This is quite modern. But anyway, there we go. You got your new look there on the right. And then on the left there we've got the Thistles Shopping Centre. That's probably worth a little walk through in a short while. But we just head up here. Obviously this is clean. There's not much litter about. You've even got a bank, look, Santander. Now that's a thing of the past, isn't it now? Banks on the high street. Not many of those about. Blue Lagoon Fish and Chips. Now I have been to Blue Lagoon Fish and Chips in Glasgow and they are excellent, I must admit. TJ's restaurant and bar there. I bet this is where it all happens on a Saturday evening here in Stirling. So we'll just cross while we can. Bakery on the left there and a coffee shop, and obviously a Turkish barber. You're never far away from a Turkish barber. Now this is quite a fancy restaurant on the right here, just past the estate agent. We've got Bite East. Now I'd imagine this is a Chinese, or it's Japanese. Not very often you see a Japanese cuisine. Ginger Roots Greengrocers, there we go. Now I remember greengrocers in the olden days, and they were like that, weren't they? Where you just went in with a shopping bag and you filled your bag up with what you needed. None of this plastic stuff or polystyrene stuff. Now one thing I do like about Stirling, I've noticed this today. You've got the road and then you've got dedicated cycle lanes with their own traffic lights. and crossings, which I think is quite good. And you can see that here, look. So you've got these cycle lanes next to the main roads as well, and that follows all the way down into the left there once you've crossed the main road. And this is the train station here. Now this bridge sort of connects, it goes over the train station and takes you out to the old part where the old engine sheds would be, and then you've got the bus station just directly up ahead there. Again, the train station there, which looks fabulous actually. It's a nice building. Lots of trains coming in and out of Stirling. Very, very busy. The hotel that we're staying in, fully booked all year round, so they were telling me. So you've got the taxi rank here, and there you go, the train station. So I'm just on the footbridge over the railway, and hope you've enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe. It is free to do that. So until the next time, I'll see you all again very soon.